We are
Team Orange.
And I am Winnie.
I am Tracy.
I'm Amondi.
I'm Monique.
And today we will be discussing expectations people need to manage.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right. That's right.
So, I know everyone has expectations, but I think or I feel there are some that honestly need
Should
to
be the rule.
Exactly, right? So I'm going to start with you, Tracy. What are some of the expectations that
I have
you
quite a few, girl.
All
I
right.
have quite a
All right.
few. So I'm gonna start with expecting people to treat you how you treat them or how you'd treat them. How you treat them or how you would treat them.
Okay.
Man, this is an expectation people need to manage to reduce chances of heartbreak and anger and frustration because people will treat you, how they are and how they see you. It's not necessarily about how you are as a person, and that's the first step of understanding it, so that you're not necessarily looking for validation,
Right?
That if this person treats me a certain type of way, then that means this is what I'm worth, and it just goes down to even just small things, like actually just because if you come to my house, I'll give you a platter of cheese, I'll give you a cheese plate, and I don't know, and wine.
Wow.
So I'm coming to your house and I'm expecting the same treatment.
Immediately, no.
Yeah.
Right? I feel targeted though. I feel like...
Yeah, no, but thank you. Keep it up, man. You're the host with the most.
Actually, on that note, let me tell you something about Tracy. To me, it's normal if you have a guest,
Yeah.
walk them out.
Zitikisha.
Tracy will never walk you out, guys.
Oh, no.
Unless
She walked
you
me
ask.
out.
No, you're
she
lame.
No. I've started practicing it.
Yes.
I've
The
started
other day,
practicing
Tracy was literally in bed asleep.
As you were going.
She slept. Akaniambia, okay, bye. Utafunguliwa mlango na karo.
But exactly.
Did I die?
She let
I'm
you know.
learning
Did I
it.
die?
I'm learning it. But yeah, those are the
Yeah.
expectations we need to manage.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Amundi?
Mine is a bit obvious, but most people don't believe what I'm about to say or don't hold the same opinion.
Okay.
Just manage the fact that if you call me, I don't have to pick up.
It's your phone.
It's my phone. I pay the bills. Safaricom, mimi ndio anatumianga postpay.
Correct.
My bill, eh?
When do nakatiwa
So
simu?
you can call me 30 times. You will see me on Instagram. You will send a WhatsApp. I will ignore.
Yeah.
I'm protecting my peace.
Yeah. You're not at a place where
Where are you
you're not in the
going?
mindset.
I don't
Yeah.
feel like talking.
Yeah.
That's the problem with phones. Phones made people assume you can reach me anytime.
Yeah.
Back in the day, our
You're
parents
available
walikuwa wanaandikiana
100%.
barua.
Mhm.
Andika barua.
Call box. Ukitoka kwa nyumba
Let me
imeenda
tell you, you will
hivyo.
get mad with me as a Mondi. Listen, you will get mad for no reason. If you call me and I don't pick up, usifikirie ati hajaona, nimeona, niko na Apple Watch, inalia kwa mkono, nimeona, nalenga.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like talking.
Yeah.
So just manage that expectation
Yeah.
for yourself.
And I
Yeah.
feel like if you call me the first time, if I don't answer, fine. If you call me the second and the third time and I still don't answer, take a hint,
Please,
right?
please.
I feel like a lot of people
Exactly.
are not able
Exactly. I think that was one of my expectations.
Maybe the house is
or norms,
burning.
I think.
No,
Yeah.
it's fine.
When you're
If it
calling me,
Yeah.
the house is burning and you're calling me.
I needed to intercede.
You're calling me.
And
God
the bomba.
forbid. God forbid.
Yeah. It's,
And actually, even for me, my phone is usually on D&D
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
from 6 a.m. to
To
1
1.
p.m. And then it goes back on D&D at 6 p.m. So you have 4 hours. 4 hours
Say what you need to say.
what you're
Na
saying.
ukinipigana sijisikii. Well,
Yeah.
Well, I think also what people could do is if you're calling someone and they don't pick, just follow up with a text saying what it is you need. Yeah.
You guys have made all my points for me. Like, that's all my points for me. Honestly, I don't get it. First of all, I don't get it when you call me, nikate simu, and then you're calling back again. Is it an emergency? And then,
Correct.
because the presumption I'll have is if Monique is calling me, nakata, you're calling me again, nakata. My presumption is
emergency.
it's an emergency.
Yeah, it is,
Then I
yeah.
call you back,
Alafu
and you're
ikuwe.
like, nilikuwa nakusalimia tu. Girl,
Yuck.
seriously.
Yuck. Hata
Seriously.
sitaki
Stop
salamu.
it.
The friendship is over.
Stop
This one is
it.
really for my dad, daddy. Stop it. If I decline your call, just calm down. I'll call you back
Listen,
when I
that roast, you
can.
keep roasting your family.
I'll call you back when I can.
Character
Thanks.
develop.
Right?
Yeah, just leave a text. Honestly, leave a text.
No,
if
it's
it's
true.
important, especially if it's important.
Yes.
if you call me and I don't pick up, just leave a text. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Sometimes even I can see the phone ringing, but I'm unable to pick up. But when you send me a text, thank God, Squeezy, at least you can just put it as I can't talk. Leave a message.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But leave a text. Then I will respond to your text.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Or I will know if I need to call back right away. If I need to step out of a meeting or whatever to call you back right away. But don't just call and then not text. And then when I call you back, you're like, I was really in an emergency. So now whose fault is that?
Where did Jesus go?
Yeah, now
that
whose
you
fault
needed
is
me?
that?
Right?
Yeah.
Right? What is it? YWJ.
WWJD.
What would Jesus do?
WWJ.
Where did the Y come from?
Wachana na yeye.
There was no like
Yeye ni Mkatoliki. Hawafanyangi hizo vitu.
yeah.
Nasema Yesu. It's okay. All right. So I feel like, for me, one of the expectations people need to manage is after marriage. You feel like me and my husband should always be together.
It's crazy, man. It's weird.
It's madness.
It's weird.
Well, for me and Monique have been
Single
single for too long. I'm gonna need 3 years, just me and him. Just me and him.
I just
Oxygen.
my man,
I want to
my
breathe out,
man, my
he
man.
takes it. What he breathes out, I take it.
That guy was on the phone that you sent, and then it was, if you die, I die.
Yeah. If she
die.
dies, I die.
If she
If
dies,
you
I
die,
die.
I die. No,
That's
but I
crazy to
think
me, yeah.
I feel like a lot of people think that you're married, so now ukienda kwa duka
Yeah.
mko pamoja.
Yeah.
Umeenda out, you can't even have a coffee in peace.
Without
People,
your-
everyone shows up and where's your husband?
Wanna fight.
Yeah. Wanna fight.
Wanna fight. Lakini I had noticed Nyako alikuwa mkali
You
mkali
know,
na
I
yeye.
got to. Iko guys, we are fine.
Yeah.
We are fine. We
Yeah.
are just not attached to the hip.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
No, it's healthy even.
It is.
It's interesting that there's that expectation that when you get married, you and your spouse should be everywhere together, like joined at the hip. But in the same space, there's also an expectation that you should not lose your individuality in essence.
In any space, in any space,
Yes.
in motherhood, at
Yes.
work,
Yes.
in friendships, in marriage, you should never lose who you are as a person.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
No, you always need to be remember who you are.
Yeah.
And I also I think it goes hand in hand where after you get married, it means you no longer have your own friends.
Let me tell you
Then your
that thing. And then the
husband
people who
friends
even go
become
on
your
social
friends.
and they change their name. Their name is no longer, if it's Amundi, it's no longer Amundi, it's Mrs.
Mrs. M.
XY.
Mrs.
Correct.
M.
Yeah, it's Mrs. XY.
But that's
And
Amundi.
Bets, guys. Bets. It's going to be. My bio on Instagram will be wife. And then the ring.
But it's like,
Bet.
who are
And
you?
red.
Who are you outside of all of those things? You see, the thing is, it's good. Like, it's great that you're married and
Yeah.
whatnot,
No,
but
it's
it's not the end of the world.
Guys, this is my 11th year
Yes.
being single. You will see it is the end
Well,
of
let
the
me
world
tell
for
you.
me.
Let me tell you something that I have learned in my
Love it.
in my unbecoming and
Your
relearning
growth.
journey.
Yes.
Is that it's okay. It's okay to want to put it on your bio, Mrs.
Yes.
Whoever.
Right.
It's okay to be Mrs. Whoever if that's what you want. But like the most important thing that I've learned on my journey is that it's important to know that you have a choice not to want
Correct.
those things.
Oh, yeah.
And it's okay.
Okay.
Correct.
And if you're choosing
Yes,
it, then
yes,
you're
yes.
choosing
That's
it
right.
from a very conscious place.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah, but it's not that you're doing it because it's expectation. It's the norm. Yeah.
And it's your
And-
whole identity. At
And
this
it's your
point,
whole
you know.
identity at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who you are as a person, such
Right.
that if this marriage ceases to exist today for whatever reason, through divorce or death or whatever, then you know you will still have your hobbies. You will still have your friends. Yeah. Because that's another thing that people do. Like
Yeah.
like Nyako said, that once you know you're married, now your friends become your husband's friends
Yes.
and their wives, and it's mad ridiculous. I would say that it's mad ridiculous.
And
Because
also-
what
So
happens when you break up, then
Correct.
those people cease to be your friends.
And also
Touch
the thing is,
wood.
I'm realizing
Yeah.
it's women who do it more.
100%.
Like you won't find
Yes.
that your man's
Yes.
now he's stopped being
No.
friends with his
With his
friends. Now
friends.
your
Yeah.
friends.
Correct.
Now he's just hanging out with us.
Yeah.
But me, you can't. Me, you can't. But he's
But
done.
it's the same thing with also family. It's the same thing with also family. Like when you look at how you behave around your partners, how your husbands, not just partner, boyfriend, but like how you behave around your husband's family and how your husband behaves around your family. It's like his family is your family, but your family is just an extension of you.
What are you saying?
Correct.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how
how
it
it is.
is.
That's how it
Yes.
is. That's
Don't
how it
you-
is.
I've witnessed that.
Yeah.
Girl.
It's like
It's
when
actually true,
when
100%.
his family is around, I have to be in the living room, having
Correct.
guests interacting. But when my
Interacting.
family is around, he can go
Yeah.
and stay in the room. Like
Yeah.
akuje tu awasalimie, then he can
then
go and stay
And
in
I
the
can
room or
remember
step out.
maziwa arudi
It's
jioni.
Or
giving
even
my
step
dad.
out.
It's giving my dad.
You see, yeah.
Because I know my dad will never see this, so.
No, but that's
Girl.
how it is.
Yeah, no,
true.
but it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. Completely true.
Yeah.
Anything else that anyone would like to weigh in on?
Monique
Monique didn't even say hers.
Said hers.
Guys, I was hoping mgeni atachini flyer the reader by Yon Menimulika. To be honest, I'm losing my train of thought.
Okay.
But an expectation that people would need to manage.
Girl.
in my blank out.
Let's move.
Yeah, right?
Let's move.
So, I have...
We'll come back to you, girl. We'll come back to you.
We'll circle back.
to
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
So, another expectation that I have is that if you take me out on a date, and please feel free to weigh in here. If you take me out on a date, I'm not asking for anyone to take me out on a date except my husband.
Ooh.
But if you do take me out on a date,
It
has
has
to
to
go
come
it
back
might
yeah,
lead to
to something.
something more than just
We're just
having,
having
you are
lunch.
each
just
other's
sharing a
company.
meal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or sharing a drink.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people might feel the same, only because if you're getting into a space where you're trying to get into a romantic relationship,
Yeah. That every date has to.
exactly. Every
Yeah.
day it's like when someone takes you out for a meal or for something, then someone is thinking, oh, then maybe I could get with
Yeah.
Amandi, I
No,
could
but
get
really,
with
I think we're
Monique.
moving away from that mindset because
Are we?
people. Well, I
Ask
wouldn't
us who
know.
are in
I
the
think
dating
sijakuwa kwa soko in a minute.
As somebody who is married,
Sijakuwa kwa soko in a minute, girl. But anyway,
No.
sijakuwa kwa soko in a minute.
Yeah.
But ideally, people should be moving. We're living in times where words are everything. Yeah.
yeah.
And dates are being treated like as interviews, as they should.
They
Dates
should.
are being treated as
Right.
interviews. Yes.
Well,
If it's a
what
date,
do-
if it's a date, I'm not talking about lunch. Like, come, let's have lunch.
Yeah, we are talking about dates even now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the-
So
what
these are not
date
an
is being-
interview.
Yeah.
You're not. You're just.
You're
going
watching
on
too much
Girl,
social
please.
media.
There's
Sorry.
so ground.
Okay,
Not like that.
sina locus kwa hii topic.
Yeah.
Sina
Look,
locus.
I stand there is,
Obviously.
Girl, the dating pool, the buys in hell.
It's
Let me
giving-
tell you, the thing is, and I stand to be corrected, you'll find that most people, if they're looking to date, they're looking for something light. And when you start asking questions, you know how you're being intentional,
Yeah.
then it's like, because they're not on the same wavelength, they'll pull back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of them, it's just like, I need to, what's it called? I'm going to ask Nyako for her number just to know that I can get Nyako's number.
Correct.
Once I get Nyako's number, I'll be like, hey, yo, let's make a plan. Let's do something. Then it'll be like, when are you free? Nyako says, okay, mate, I'm normally busy, but I can make time maybe Thursday evening or something. Like, cool, I'll call you.
Never comes.
That's the
It
end of
didn't
it.
come through and it ends there.
That's
right?
the end.
Yeah.
So, some of them is
Is
like,
But has it gotten to
Is
the place of a
this
date?
your sign of telling me that I should start Kenya matchmaking?
Please.
Yeah,
situation?
umelalia
please,
masikio.
umelalia.
Because
But
I could get some bios.
Because but it's true, because a lot of people, because what I've realized, I was discussing this with the other day, and it was like, you'll find, well,
You're just in for the
I
cheese.
don't know. No, I was going to say Amundi has male friends, but then it doesn't apply.
No, I have Malik.
So, okay. Wow.
Ah.
One. So,
One
okay, let's
male
say
friend.
all of
Wow.
us, yeah? All of us have nice guys, male friends who are single and whatnot, right? You're not dating them, but they're just nice guys who are in your circle. As opposed to you hosting a lunch and being like, yo, come over, meet my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone is staying in their own kind of cocoon and just being like, yo, guys, there are no good guys around. Yeah, but if we were to
I
be
understand.
like,
Yeah.
I've seen this guy, Amundi could.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, let's have a polite lunch, invite people, and then they naturally kind of
They can
meet.
socialize.
Yes,
So
they can
it's correct.
socialize so
Yeah.
that you have
Yeah.
like-minded people together. It kind of cuts the work in half. Because I know a couple of people who are interested in dating seriously, but then
they're not meeting guys.
It-
But
yeah,
that's
they're
what I
not
was
doing
saying.
that.
It's like an interview, because I'm not saying for both of you, it's like an interview. Of course, everyone goes for
Yeah,
these dates
different-
with
for
their
different
own
reasons.
intentions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they have their own agenda that they're trying to get to. But
Right.
like you, if you know you're trying to meet someone to settle down with,
Yeah.
and then someone else is coming on a date with you.
Right.
Yeah, from the way they speak, you'll
Yeah.
just know this is not the one. I can keep them as a friend, I can keep them as a network, but we're not going to move this into a romantic
Relationship.
space. Yeah.
Further.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's like an interview. Like, unless it's just lunch with a friend, unless it's just like, you know, like me having lunch with a former schoolmate or whatever, and we are clear.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
And we are clear that it's just lunch with a
Yeah.
former schoolmate, then if it's a date, if me, I'm clear on what I want, I'm definitely here to gauge whether you're on the same page as me.
Correct.
Yeah.
true.
And whether you're
That's
fit for
true.
the
Correct.
position of
Yeah.
boyfriend.
No,
But
that's
some
right.
people tell you, oh, let's just see where it's going. Like,
Then that's how you know that you're not trying to get to
but
the
then,
one
but then now
thing
you
that
see
you're
there's
wasting.
no
But
point
also,
of
though,
keeping
what if they're really
people
just trying to let's see where it goes? Because sometimes
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you can put a lot of pressure on this thing. Like
That's what I'm
we've
saying,
met.
it's an interview.
It's just like, let's get to know each other. I like you. Eventually, I'd like to date you, but let's
Yeah.
see if it's
Yes.
if we're compatible.
Yeah.
Most people don't have that.
Okay, you're right.
You get it's just you seem
Let's
like
just see.
let's just see where this goes,
Yeah.
and it's like with what ends.
Where are we going?
Yeah.
Correct.
With
Exactly.
what
Yeah,
ends.
where we
But
go.
if,
Let's
if
just-
you're
That's
clear and
Yeah.
you're like, listen,
It's open-ended.
eventually I'd like to date you.
That's true.
Then you know that okay, we're trying to see if we make a good match.
Right.
But if
Okay.
it's just let's see where it goes, we could just be going circles
No,
around.
that you're
Right.
right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Which
Okay.
brings me to my point of it's an interview, because then you as the interviewee,
She's just here said I must have the last word.
Listen,
Mucha
it's
jua
an
what I was- my
interview,
point was
whether
the
you
right
like it or not.
Oh, but then, what's it called?
yeah,
I think also sometimes just I don't know if I'm adding to your point or taking away from it, but as much as you want to date, I think there's that expectation where if I'm looking to date, everything has to be like in HRJ, the interview, as Chasey has said. But when you're looking for something, then it kind of takes away from it, because now you're trying to tick boxes or you're looking for specific things. But in essence, if you just decide, okay, I'm ready to date, should the person come along, then well and good. Such that each experience shouldn't be so heavy.
Yeah.
You know, when someone tells you, let's go out for lunch, you go out, you have your lunch and
Yeah.
you move on. It doesn't have to be like
Pressure.
high pressure all the time.
yeah, no, of course.
Like,
yeah, for relationships,
way-
it's not like filling in a nanny
Correct.
job. You know, like
Yes.
I'm looking for a nanny so
Yes.
urgently. It's not
Yes.
like that.
Because sometimes it could
Yeah,
just be
it's not like
you
that.
went for a date, and that was
Yeah,
it.
no,
There
for
was no
relationships, it definitely has to be relaxed.
yeah.
Otherwise, because when you're desperate, you end up making very rash decisions, and people can lie.
No,
Yeah.
people do lie.
People do lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people do
Right.
lie.
Yeah.
Do you have any other?
Definitely,
Yeah.
listen, guys, we are adults, eh?
Mm-hmm.
If you invite me to your event,
Oh,
I don't
Yeah.
have to come.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to come. Especially if you're not sitting in this room here with me now.
and a few others we might know about.
Because that's the thing. You
Yeah.
assume if you invited me for your event and I didn't come, now it's like, oh,
beef.
Amondi, you know, they keep making posts that if they wanted to, they would. Sister, brother,
We don't.
Rest.
I'm an adult.
Yeah. Yeah,
There are
correct.
things I'm handling. I'm tired. I wake up every day in the morning so early.
Yeah.
I need a day in the week. I work on Sundays, guys.
Yeah.
Most events are on Saturdays.
Yeah.
What am I doing on Saturday? I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think you need to communicate? Like if someone sends you
Yeah,
an invite,
I always
yeah.
say,
Yeah,
I
it's
always,
not
I
that she's
always
ignored it,
say,
right? Yeah.
thanks for the invitation. Oh, it looks
That's
like it'll
good
be a great
manners.
time. However, I'll be unable to attend.
Yeah.
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 Ukikatch feelings,
Yeah,
imagine.
we have good
the-
manners over here.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah. We were
Good
raised
manners.
well.
Good manners.
The thing
dot
for me
com.
is, imagine utafura tu na Mr. Jali. Sitajali.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's they're entitled to that feeling, whatever
Yeah.
it is they want to feel about
Hiyo
it.
ni mambo yako
But it doesn't
kama.
change anything.
It doesn't
about,
change. I'm not coming.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
And please just realize that sometimes we assume, whew, we put people in our lives in places where they have not put you. You get like you're inviting me.
Good
One is my
job.
bestie.
Sister, you're not
No,
even
it's
in
true.
my.
It's
You know
true.
that Jesus had his 3
Disciples?
then the 12,
Right.
then the 72. You're not even in the
Correct.
12, my sister. And you are listen.
Ow.
I love you. I love you. Just that I'm praying over your event, to be
Yes.
very honest.
Yeah.
But I just don't have the capacity to come. And then also I
Yeah.
live far.
Yeah.
I live far. It's expensive.
I
It's
think
so-
I told
and
you
have to come
this
up
in
with
our
a
last
gift.
in our last episode,
Yeah.
one of our discussions. You don't even need to justify it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
I
say.
can't come.
Yeah, I can't come. I'm sorry,
That
I can't
is
come.
enough of
Yeah.
an answer.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yes.
Poleni, guys.
Yeah.
Na si kutaka kunini. Just grow up. Let's all nini.
Yeah, it's not
Manage
light. Be
our
light.
expectations.
correct.
Yeah,
That's
manage
it.
our expectations.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
Because managing your expectations means also just checking what you're feeling entitled to and why you're feeling entitled to
To it.
it.
Correct.
Why are you feeling entitled to
Yeah.
someone's time? Why are you feeling entitled to someone's energy?
Correct.
Yeah. So
Are you
it
in a
goes hand in
position
hand.
to
It
even
goes
feel
hand in
that
hand
way?
with all that. Manage your expectations. Stop feeling entitled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
And
in a
actually,
position to feel that you're
it doesn't
entitled
even
to
matter.
someone?
And also, I
It
feel
doesn't
it
even
will be
matter. You
it's
shouldn't
good
be
for
entitled to anyone,
people. If
really.
somebody considers you a friend and I consider you a friend, let's create an environment where if I tell you I can't come,
Yeah.
ufuri.
Yeah.
correct.
You know, that's so that you don't make me sin, but now I have to lie.
Yeah.
And say,
No.
hata nini, mtoto wa jirani alianguka, ikabidi
Nimempeleka.
just
Yeah.
let me be able to tell you,
I
really can't come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
instead of you say, kwa nini?
Yeah.
Kwa nini
Alafu
uko na-
mkaanze
No.
kuboeka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
which brings me to my point, which is similar to yours.
Yeah.
That expecting that just because someone is your friend or your family, they can't tell you no.
Upate almost Bella,
Yeah.
I dare you. Hey, my sister.
Just because someone
you're
is
right,
your
bro, you're right.
friend
No, but
or
it's
your
true, it's
family,
true.
like it just goes hand in hand with what
It's
you're
true.
saying, that they can't tell you no.
Just
It's
really-
not even about inner circle. Like, I'm not coming from a bad place, and you know that. As Amundi always says, know my heart. Know my heart. You know I'm not coming
Yes.
from a bad place.
Right.
Yeah, but I am unable to do this thing for you. I'm unable to come through for you in this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which is also what I'm teaching Maya, and I'm also learning it as well.
Maya is her daughter,
That
guys.
Maya is my daughter. She's almost three. She's under 2. She's not even 3 yet. But for me, if Maya tells me no, like I'm learning to respect that. That's her boundary.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my 2-year-old's boundary. If she tells me, "Mommy, no," because unfortunately, like I said again in our last discussion, that our family hasn't done the work. They are not, they don't have the kind of
Is
mindset
it?
that we have. They feel like you should not tell an adult no. You should not tell an adult no. You should not tell your parent no. So
You
when
have
my
another one.
when my mom
Right.
or when my nanny tells my, no, you can't tell, you need to stop telling mommy no. I'm like, no, it's okay. Let her tell me no. If she doesn't want to do something,
Yeah.
and she doesn't have to do, like, it's no,
fine.
you
Yeah.
know, unless it's like, Maya, take your medicine. Then she tells me no. Then I have to,
Exactly.
you have to take your medicine if you want to feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Maya, it's time to, you need to take a bath because we are leaving. Then she tells me no, but I'm like, but you need to bathe, otherwise we're not going to go where we need to
Right.
go, yeah?
Yeah.
But if, let's say I want to play with her, or she wants, or I'm tickling her and she tells me, mommy, no, then it's no. Yeah, then we stop
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So it's not because I'm her mom, she
Right.
can't tell me no. No way.
I actually see Monique do that.
Yeah.
Monique asks her daughter for hugs. Can I hug you?
Yeah, consent. Consent,
You're doing a good
boundaries.
job. You're doing a
Big
good
ones.
job. You're doing a
Yeah.
good job. She says, can we cuddle?
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
know-
like, She's like,
Yeah.
gosh, just for 5 minutes. Okay, fine.
Yeah, just teaching them boundaries so that they're able to know, that they have autonomy.
Yeah.
Right.
Over their bodies, over their feelings. They have autonomy.
I think
at this
not
age.
only that, but it also allows them to exercise the same towards you.
Yeah.
Sorry, it also allows them to exercise the same towards you, in the sense that
If you say
when
no,
you tell them no, then
They
they know,
respect
like,
it.
yes.
Yeah,
like,
you're
no means no.
you're nurturing. You're building that muscle from a young age, so that when
Right.
they're adults, they're not people pleasers. Yeah,
The
because our
rejection
parents
muscle.
are people pleasers. That's why when we tell them no, they're like, hey, this child is not respectful.
You know what my mom said a while back? She's like, her generation is the last generation to listen to their parents and the first generation to listen to their children.
Daktari,
But is it true?
Because for them, they used to be, unaambiwa unafanya,
Yeah.
and then now they had to listen to, okay, my child wants this,
Yeah.
my child needs this, my child needs to do
Hey,
this.
wale pizia. Wali pizza.
Right?
I was quite.
Because how do you even balance those two
Right.
things?
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's doable, but
Yes.
it's very difficult, right?
Yes.
I don't know. But Amundi had said something, I think, in the week.
Oh, yeah.
About
So I
respecting
said-
elders.
Exactly.
On the group, I just remembered our last episode we said unpopular opinions, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is a very unpopular opinion, and I hope all my aunties, my mom's friends are not listening.
Even if they are.
But my unpopular opinion is, and it's also an expectation that needs to be managed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Hii mambo ya respect your elders. Because there's some elders who behave bomboclatly.
Like they're not deserving
Bomboclatly.
of their
And
respect.
you want me to, you're not, you see the thing about respect, unless it's in the Bible, and I said
Yes.
that. If it's in the
Yes.
Bible that it says respect your elders, we
Yeah.
will respect.
Put it in the comments if there's
Correct.
a verse
Give
in the
me,
Bible
and I
Give us
want
the
the
verse.
book,
Give us the
the
verse.
chapter, verse, and
Yes.
the version.
because that's the law. The Bible is the
The
law.
Bible is the law. We follow that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hii tu yenye ni msemo ya wahenga. Please, wahenga, first and foremost, some of them were beating their wives. Some of them were just behaving the way they were behaving.
Yeah.
So, respect your elders. There are some elders.
What that?
Let me just say this. There are some elders.
Yeah.
But the Bible says honor your parents. Our parents, we honor them.
Yes.
The elders, respect me, I respect you. I'm not saying now we are just blatantly rude.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you cannot just be behaving, talking the way you want to talk at hey, we utaoa lini, we utakufa lini. Sorry. The intrusive thought word. The intrusive thought word. I'm sorry. But you see, that is but it's really what it is.
There's some who
If
come
you're
and they're very
coming with-
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Na
With the
umenona.
father,
Nakula kwako.
Who asked you?
Am I eating at your house?
I actually saw
you
a
feeding
video
me?
because a lot, and it was a thing with you know, the African aunties.
Yeah.
How you've met
Yeah.
at a wedding.
We've normalized their bad
Someone-
behavior.
We really have.
We've really normalized
really
their bad
have.
behavior. Yeah.
You enter and
now
your
we're
dress
those
is maybe
African
knee-less.
Yeah.
It is decent
Yeah.
and you look nice.
Correct.
And you ante, hata hivi venye umejivaa ndio maana una bwana.
Yeah, but
Na
like,
bwana yako kwa
Why?
DM. Bwana yako kwa DM.
Right?
Bwana yako kwa DM.
As in, who asked your opinion?
Yeah.
Hivi venye umejivaa
That's
ndio
the
maana
thing.
bwana wako ako na mabibi wawili wengine.
Serereketsa.
No, but it's true.
Yeah.
Because
No, I get
if you are willing to
Yeah.
give that opinion about me,
That's the
then I
thing.
will give it about you.
Yes.
So let's
Yeah,
respect each other.
yeah.
Right?
So on that note, you could say that an expectation people need to manage is having opinions that you need to have. You have to have an opinion on everything and everyone.
yes.
You don't have to.
Correct. You don't have to.
You don't
No one
I think
has
those are the
to.
norms that need reviewing.
Yes.
Norms
Right.
that need that you're
Yes.
entitled to your opinion. Yes, you
Yes.
are, but keep it in your
You don't have
Keep
to.
it in your head.
You don't have
Keep it
to
in your
voice
keep
head.
it in your head.
Like
you don't
I
have to
have,
voice it.
I have an
You don't
issue
have
with
to
people
voice
who
it.
always have something to say about short men. Short kings, I'm not leo skizeni. People who always have an issue with short men.
Yeah.
My question to you is this. What do you want them to do about it?
Or men without beards.
What do you want them to do about it?
Men
The
without
bon-
beards.
I always say things like that. Take it up with God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take it up.
Yeah.
And even there are some people who are, let's say they are big.
The big
Sometimes
boned.
they're big boned.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even that they're eating badly, they're
Yeah.
unhealthy. Sometimes people have
just their
medical
genes,
conditions.
yeah.
Sometimes in the whole family.
Correct.
It's just, so I feel like some opinions, keep it in your head.
Keep it in your
Yes,
head.
keep it in your head.
In fact, if
Right?
you learn nothing today from Team Orange Shirts, learn that you don't need to voice every opinion you have.
You don't.
Nobody cares for it unless
No,
it's
but it's very
concerning.
true.
Yeah, unless
Yeah.
it's concerning world peace. Holla United
Amen.
Nations. Holla.
Anatafuta kazi.
Unless it concerns world peace,
Right.
really
Yeah.
just keep it to yourself. Yeah.
So when you say norms that need to be reviewed, first, how would you define norms? Are you
Norms
thinking
are
of
things that-
cultural norms or just in
General norms,
Okay.
like so, like which mostly for a norm to become a norm, it means that this is what the society, which includes cultural whatever,
Yeah.
have said that this is now the norm. This is
It's been accepted.
This has been accepted.
Normalized.
Yeah,
Yes.
accepted ways of living or
Right.
accepted ways of doing things. So we have normalized
Yeah.
these things as a society. Yeah, so those are the norms that now we need reviewing.
Correct.
You know, because
Correct.
what happens when someone steps out of that norm, you call them abnormal.
No, but it's true.
You call them abnormal. You call them weird.
It is.
Yeah, you call
Yeah.
them weird. So
That's
what
where
are these norms?
That's where
Yeah.
these titles or these names
Yes.
start being given to people.
Egg
You are
title
weird,
mchoyo.
right?
Hey,
I saw
mchoyo.
something that said at Ushago you can't even be introverted. Like you know there are some people who are just born introverted.
Yeah.
At so Ushago wanasema huyu mtoto wa nani ako na maringo.
Ako na
Haongei na
maringo.
watu.
Ni mchoyo.
Correct.
Like there's somebody where we live that
Yeah.
said system wako na roho mbaya.
Yeah.
Juu my sister
Because you're not behaving
minds her business.
normally.
Yeah.
She's my sister, she'll pass you. Come on,
Yeah.
So
just
should I
Stuck on
say
a roho
hello to
nzuri,
everyone?
guys.
imagine.
Yeah. What does it? Yeah, because
Love
then,
you,
then
sister.
that comes. That they have judged her that way, or they have
Yeah.
concluded that way because she's behaving against the norm.
Correct.
The norm of that area is everyone is in everyone's business.
Now huyu ni mtu mwenyewe, let me tell you,
Wadaku.
let me just put it out there concerning this person. This is somebody who once came to me. Uzuri nijo hata wayo na kitu juzi mimi nikabambe. This person came to me one day and said, ati siku mingi sijakuona. Unajua nilikuwa naomba juzi nikaambiwa nikuje nikuambie.
Non-Swahili speakers.
Nikakuja at relax.
We'll
Keep
translate.
up. You're spoiling the story. You're spoiling the flow, girl. You're spoiling
Right.
the flow.
Okay, we'll caption
Because
it.
that's how the person said the
Okay,
story. So I'm
alright.
saying
Yeah,
it
aliomba
verbatim.
akakuja?
Okay.
Alisema akakuja akaniambia he was praying the other night na Mungu akamwambia namnunulia simu.
Oh.
Well,
Mtu wa Ushago.
No, mtu wa Nairobi.
You don't
Nairobi
mean it.
County.
You don't mean it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Another
Wow.
norm that we need to be reviewed is that, oh my God, and this is for what we shall go on. I'm sorry, guys. That you're rich, and this is, I think, in the Western Luo community, because I have had the benefit of experiencing both cultures, is that your rich or well-to-do relatives owe it to take care of you. Who are not
Oh
well-to-do.
yeah.
Owe it is the word. Owe it. You know,
I deserve
I
it.
have
I'm
seen
entitled
people.
to it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I have seen people who are not
Yes.
in any way limited in terms of their physical capacity. Like they're not disabled in any way.
Anyway.
They're just fine, but they just decide to sit and
Yeah.
have their working relatives, well-to-do relatives, and I'm not speaking from a place of privilege. Like, come on,
Yeah.
omba capital uanze biashara.
Yeah.
You know, borrow capital and start a business. But you cannot just be seated there when it's end term, so and so send school fees. Excuse
And it's
me?
not-
Audacity.
And it's not once. They will
Yeah.
do
That's
it
the
over
thing.
and over.
That's a
and
norm
over.
that needs
Again.
reviewing.
And senye umesema
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it becomes, well, na nini mchoyo.
Yeah.
Ako na
Right,
maringo.
ako
Yeah.
maringo. Hata
Yeah.
ndo maana bwanake
Yeah.
alimwacha.
Hey,
Yeah.
wada.
So that's for what we shall
Oh, you
go.
have one.
I have a
Finally.
norm.
You did your homework.
Welcome to the party.
Leave
Yes.
me alone. I have a norm. Well, I don't know if it's really a norm, but I've seen it happen in a lot of families where we have the father who is the provider, providing and assisting multiple families outside of the family. And everybody outside knows him to be a generous guy, a nice guy, a giving guy. But then nyinyi kwa boma,
Mnateseka.
kiasi
Right.
fulani, like
Oh,
kiwango
yes,
fulani.
yes.
Yeah? Like,
Right.
lazima mjifinye.
Yes. It's like
Na
that
nunua
series
mkate
we saw on
moja na
politicians.
nakula siku tano.
Yeah.
So watu wa sita.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like a few people come to find out after the fact, like after the father has passed on, when
That-
people are coming to give that
Condolence.
testimony,
Condolence.
when they're coming in with their stories, they're like, he paid my school fees from primary to where, he took me here, he always made sure I go here and here, and you're
And you
just
think that's
like,
the reason you
Yeah.
didn't go to USIU. That's the reason you didn't go to USIU because your father was busy being Father Christmas. We don't advocate for selfishness. We're not saying we advocate for selfishness or people
Yes,
not helping
no,
people.
but I
However,
think-
help your family first.
Yeah, like
Santa.
charity should begin
Yeah.
at home in the aspect of like men are providers naturally, like
Yes.
it's in their innate nature to
Yeah.
provide,
Well.
but it needs to be like make it make sense. Usi just stretch out so much that you're good to everyone outside, but the
Else.
people
Everyone
within,
else.
yes, the people within are kind of like walking on eggshells. They have to be unakuja uko na stress juu pia kila mtu
Yeah.
and their mother,
Yeah.
everything.
Actually, what you should be giving
No.
away is the surplus.
Correct.
What you should be helping people with
Yeah.
is the surplus. Especially when you
Correct.
have a family. What you should be helping people with is the surplus. Not now limiting resources for your nuclear family.
This is for our generation because our parents didn't know better. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I think
Because
so.
even in our generation, you find like you have I think there was a while back, even before Team Orange started, I posted something like that in the group, that a husband is saying that his income is for his
yes.
family,
Yes,
as
yes.
in his parents,
Yes,
his
his parents,
siblings,
yeah.
his cousins,
It's like,
or
son,
whatever.
now you don't need to provide for the family.
Exactly. And then now the wife's income is
for the
for
home.
now
The
for
home.
him and for now the home that they're living in.
remember that.
So
Ah,
it's
I
like
remember.
yeah, right?
it's like, so did you marry this babe so that now you can have room to take care of your parents and your family?
Yeah.
You know? Then
Yeah,
just
nichunge.
get your job and go and live with your family.
Right. Don't
Let
marry.
this, don't marry.
Don't
Like,
marry.
don't marry. Yeah.
But he loves you.
Yeah.
No,
My last
but
one.
that's not
God
love.
loves us.
Hallelujah.
Glory. My last norm that needs reviewing is that people need to stop showing up at people's houses unannounced, because announcing is an African.
Well, I will
Bad
not.
manners.
You will not enter my house.
Yeah, it's bad manners.
No.
It's
Yeah.
bad manners.
I love that when you're tunaishi, most people these days, watchman at
You have to call.
Yeah.
The
You
watchman will have to call. Sorry,
Yeah,
we are
guys,
not
those who don't
home.
speak Swahili, please. I'm sorry.
The watchman has to
Watashika.
call
We'll
at the
put it in the
gate, from the
caption.
gate
Yeah.
to the house
Yeah.
before you tell them whether or not they're
Yeah.
Really?
But now
Now I
imagine, imagine for those who
Okay, except
have
these
homes in the
guys,
village.
because the Askaris have seen them so many times.
Yeah,
they
but we
just
know
let them
better.
in.
We
Yeah.
know to call.
They know
Yeah,
to
We
call.
know
always,
to call.
always.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you available? Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
you may also be home, but you're not
Yeah, are you
Exactly.
ready for
Like,
visitors.
Like,
It's
there's a
not
day I
even
was coming
about, are
from,
you home?
there's a day
Can
I
I
was coming
come?
from church on a Sunday, and I just, I knew my mother had guests.
Oh,
So I just called, and I come like, sis,
guys.
Can I come over?
do you have the capacity?
Yeah.
Because I just need a minute for these guests. to
Yeah.
Yeah. And if she says no, you go and sit at a restaurant.
be- Right.
Yeah.
I would
If
have
she
called
says no-
Monique. Monique, akisema no.
I was gonna say that. We're gonna be careful.
Yeah. But
No, yeah, but true.
Yeah.
I
Stop showing up at
completely
people's
understood.
homes, and that includes compounds.
No.
That includes
Don't tell me
even
you are in my neighborhood.
compounds. Yeah.
Even
just
This is a
showing
good
up.
one. Posting people's children without asking them. You get, like, I personally have more
Ooh.
pictures of Monique's child mother than she- I
Correct.
have. But before I post them, even for her birthday,
Yeah.
I'll ask her, is it
Yeah.
cool?
Yeah.
Because why are you posting? If her, she never posts. People
If
don't
her, she
even know
never
this girl.
posts.
Hata mimi ndio nimeexpose it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's a boundary.
It's a
a boundary.
boundary.
Yeah. Stop posting people's
Yeah.
children without their permission.
Yeah.
Hello, auntie somebody. Hello, auntie somebody. I have an auntie who has hizo tabia. Or posting people's
Nimpiga picha alafu
good
akamweka kwa group ya WhatsApp.
news without
Their house.
their house, or even just good news.
Good news. Any good news.
Yeah,
Anything
because I have an
good
aunt who
happens,
has
alafu,
that
yeye ndo
tabia.
anataka kusema kwanza.
When you hear me,
She will not even call you to tell you congratulations.
What do I call? I call them one-uppers.
Yeah,
Right?
She don't even call you to tell you congratulations, but she'll put it
the
on
one-
her
one
WhatsApp
up
status.
One-uppers. Yeah, exactly.
What is that about?
Yeah, they want to one-up you at everything, right? So for me, one of the norms that I feel needs to be reviewed is women are homemakers. It does not mean because I did not choose to be born female, but I can choose to become a homemaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do not have to.
Even men can be homemakers. Do you
Yes.
see
Yeah.
what Victor Peace does? He's a homemaker.
Who's that?
I think he was a photographer. That's what I
good
know
to
him
me,
as.
Alex.
He used to be married to somebody.
So now,
Some babe.
what's this called? For me, I choose. I choose to be a homemaker. But it does not mean I have to be.
Yeah.
Just because this person comes into my house and they see how my house looks and they're like, oh, you were born for this, my friend.
I wasn't though.
Call up. So when you say homemaker, you mean like you're the one who's getting down and dirty too.
As a woman,
I'm
you have to be
cooking,
the
I'm
homemaker.
cleaning, I am
Does it involve
shopping, I'm
nurturing?
breaking my back.
Breaking my
Nurturing,
back. Break
yeah,
up your
no,
back.
okay, the
Break-
different, the other breaking my back for, right, but it could be that, because I still have to do all
You have to
these
break
things
the
and
back.
still break
You
my
have to
back.
break the back, sis.
Right. But then, you expect me to do all these things
Yeah.
and
Also
still work, right?
And still pay the bills 50%.
Correct.
Is
Okay.
the madness
Maybe not
for
50%,
me.
but
No, not you,
expect-
but I'm
yeah,
just saying
but
that there are
that-
men
right.
who expect that you will be, not even men or just other societies or whatever, especially
Yeah,
in
society.
this modern day
Yeah.
where, some of our parents and our aunties are still having that mindset of a woman is supposed to do all these things, but then at the same time these are the same old
People.
the generation
Yes.
of women that have still gone to school and developed careers for themselves,
Correct.
so they are still doing 50% in the home
Yeah.
and going the extra mile
to do all these
of,
other
of doing
things.
the homemaking.
No, but they'll
Traditional
still
man.
frown
Yeah.
at you if you have a full
At this
time
point,
job
we
and
all
you're very
want, yeah.
successful.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They'll frown at that. If you're this woman who has prioritized this career and all these things,
Right.
then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so you also make time for your husband. So, like you, for me,
Yeah.
I think it needs to be. If you, not all women, you
Want
can.
to be-
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can if you
But
want to.
Me and
Meaning
Monique, we
that you
want
can does
Yeah,
not.
that's good.
No, no,
Good
no.
for you.
Only
You
for
can,
the sake
yes.
purpose of a traditional marriage. That's
A
I'm just
traditional
making.
man.
Yeah, no, we're not
Just
saying,
for-
again, we are not saying that there's anything
Wrong with
No,
the-
it's fine.
with
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah.
with it.
The
Yeah.
thing we're
That it
contesting
shouldn't
is
be
the
a law.
expectation. Yeah, that is.
The
it's
expectation,
shouldn't
yeah,
be a
it
law.
needs
Yes.
to be
Yeah.
done fairs for everyone.
because yeah,
Correct.
right?
Like those who don't do it should not be called abnormal.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just because you can doesn't mean you have to.
Because sometimes in some situations you'll find that probably you're great with the house and then your husband is great with the kids.
Exactly.
Like,
And it should be okay.
yes.
It should be
so
okay.
you play on your strengths.
That is
should
the
be okay.
thing. I have a friend who
It should
says
be
her
allowed.
she's been married for like 20 years now.
Yeah.
She has never cooked. Because she told her husband, I don't enjoy cooking. I don't even
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
know how to cook.
Whatever
And
works for
all
you
20
guys.
years of their marriage, her man does the cooking.
Actually, that was one of my norms that needed
Oh.
That you have to
reviewing.
cook.
Yeah, that men cannot cook and
Men cannot
clean.
cook once
Some
they
of
get
them
married.
can.
Right, yeah, and some of them can cook up
Yeah.
a storm better than.
And need to
the-
be
yeah,
able to
kuna
clean.
Even man
I need to be
Those
able
are
to
basic
clean.
survival
Right.
skills.
Those are basic. Those
Yeah.
are
Everyone
life
is
skills.
you were
Yes.
taught, they were taught by their mothers when they were kids.
Some
Why
of them
all
were not taught. Some men were not taught.
No,
I
some
can,
are not even.
I
It's
can
not
take that to the
everyone.
bank.
They were never even allowed in the kitchen.
They were never. Kwanzaa where they had sisters.
Yeah.
No, that was
They
not
were
their
never.
job, and I've seen it.
Jaden akubalishi kunini.
I'm telling you. girl. And let me tell you, when they become adult men,
They are menace to
they
society.
become a menace.
Wanasumbua.
They really become
Menace.
So our
horrible
generation,
people.
guys, mkiza, teach your boys and girls
Please.
the same things. Everybody
Exactly.
needs to know
Equality.
equality.
It's not about
Cleanliness.
sex, It's
Yeah.
also just survival.
For them
skills.
to-
you
It
need to be
is.
able to
It is.
do
Yeah.
well on your own.
Yes.
Right.
You know
Be able
how
to survive on your
yeah,
own, yeah.
Cook yourself a meal, iron your clothes.
clean up
Yeah.
where you live.
You never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Amundi,
Do I have
your
a norm?
norms? Yes.
Maybe hata sijui hizi norms, guys. A norm, I don't have one, to be very honest.
Okay.
Tracy ndio najua. When Tracy ndio mlikuwa na back to back. Like you guys.
Nyako can wind up. I gave my last
Yes,
one.
I think
gave
so.
my last one.
So
yeah.
for me, my last one, for my norms that need reviewing, are women need to be submissive. And I sisitiza need. You can want to be submissive. It is allowed for you to be submissive, but it is not a need. I choose to be submissive,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't have to be.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I want to contest that in a sense.
Which is allowed
Yes,
because
I feel
for
like
me,
and
I
to-
think it is, and remember, keyword.
It's
It
not a
is.
need, it's a choice, yeah. But I feel like
It's not a need, it's a want, yes.
in this group, for example, we are submitted to one another, in essence, for us to flourish.
Yes.
In that, if
Oh,
she has
sorry.
an idea, we sub.
Women need to be submissive to men.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
good. In general, just to men, I agree with you. To your husband, not boyfriend, to your husband, to your life partner, whoever
Yeah.
you're doing life with, it's important for both of you to be submitted to one another
Yeah.
for it to flourish.
100%.
So then it is a need.
When
Which-
it is when it is both ways.
Yes.
Yes,
Well,
when it
you
is
see,
both
it
ways.
happens in the sense of if you're, I'm not married, but in your marriage,
Yeah.
you're submitted to him and he's submitted to you in the sense that your needs are paramount to him and his needs are paramount to
Correct.
you. Yeah?
Yes.
So that's how the submission works. Like you come, the mission is for both of you to excel. So that is priority to both of you. So
Yes.
in order for it to flourish, there needs to be submission. So it doesn't mean that unakanyagiwa or anything of the sort,
Yes.
but there needs to be that where I trust you and you trust me and there's a give and take. Where I give you room to lead, yeah? And
you-
I'm also,
Yeah.
doing the same thing. So submission is not a bad thing,
It's
but
not.
the expectation of to anyone and everyone, because that's why you need to be very careful. Who are you marrying? Who is your spouse? Who are you choosing to do
That's
life
it.
with?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because
100%.
for it to flourish, there needs to be submission. Just the same way in even businesses and partnership. That's why you have a CEO and a vice,
Correct.
because you need to
Everyone,
listen. This is the
yeah.
vision. This
Yeah.
is the person that
Yeah.
is saying we're doing this, and we follow and we make
Yes.
it
Yeah.
successful. So to anyone in general,
Yeah.
cool. But in a relationship,
There-
and
there
when I'm
needs
saying
to be a
relationship, I
marriage.
mean
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah.
Yes,
Constitution
when I'm talking
of
marriage,
marriage.
that
Yeah.
really needs to be submission.
Yeah.
And your key point is it needs to be symbiotic, is what you used. Basically,
Yes. So
it's
if
both
we're
ways.
speaking in your
It's both
in your
ways, right?
traje, in your, let me say, let's use religion, yeah,
Yes.
Christianity. Your husband is submitted to
To
God.
God. And you
Yes,
submit to him.
you're submitted to your
Him.
husband.
Yeah.
So he gets instruction as to how to treat
That's
you.
the
I like
thing.
how in Islam they say the best of you is the one who is the best to his wife. In essence, because you're following God's instruction and how he's telling you how to treat your wife, like how
That's the
to,
thing.
He's
behave
leading
and
you.
Period.
yes.
Yes.
And
Period.
for that to work, you also need to, give him that trust and be like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
giving you the room. I listen, I follow, because you understand that he's getting his instruction from God. So in essence, yes, both of you are you're submitted to one another.
You are.
Because again,
Yeah.
You
I'm
are.
leading, you're following in spaces where, because sometimes mtu anaweza kuambia, okay, not mtu, Mungu anaweza kutuma bibi yako akupatie
An instruction.
an instruction. And you need to have that wisdom to kind of take it.
Yeah.
Discernment,
No,
yeah.
actually, I used to share Nyako's view until I attended that seminar. Was it a seminar?
Yeah.
That
conference.
The
that
conference.
conference that Amondi invited me to, and I actually,
It's my work.
I
conference, guys.
actually came. I actually, what it showed me is God's heart, and I'm a Christian. For those who don't know, believer of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
So, so what it showed me is that, when you're obeying God's laws, you need to understand God's heart.
Right.
And you need to understand the kind of God that he is. That he would not just throw... when I used to ascribe to feminist views, I'm still pro, equality, like women should
Feminist.
be treated equally and fairly
Yes.
and should be respected. And should be treated like human beings. I'm still all for that. But when I used to ascribe and label myself as a feminist, which I don't anymore, I used to, because I realized there's some very radical views that are not godly. I used to, understand why feminists would not submit, and it was really from a place of anger. It was really from a place of anger and a place of men and just society misusing, that the fact that women are supposed to submit.
Yeah.
Right.
And you'd find men stealing from their wives in the name of submissions.
Submission.
In the so here's submissions or wada. How will you know I'm a lawyer? How will you know I'm a lawyer? Yes. How so women were robbed
Yes.
of
So
their
many
purpose,
things.
of their ambition, of everything, of their money even, of their money especially, of their because men would subdue women because of their lack of economic
Right.
empowerment.
Yeah.
So they would take whenever you find a successful woman or an ambitious woman, you want to rob her because
Right.
because of that. And so submissive women would end up just becoming useless, for lack of a better word, because of the seed submission. But when you understand what God is saying, because God first starts by saying that you should not be unequally yoked. And
Yeah.
what that means is that if you're a godly woman, you need to get with a godly man. I'm not saying a man that is pretending to be godly, but a man that is actually godly, a man that is after God's heart. So when you submit to such a man, then you know that you will never feel cheated, because I think that's
He's
where
leading you.
the anger came from.
Yeah.
That
Right.
women would feel cheated when they are told to
Submit.
submit.
Yeah.
Yes. So once I understood that, I no longer feel that women should not submit to their men.
Yeah.
But again, just start with being with a man that
Yeah.
aligns with your good values, with your
Yes.
values of goodness and kindness. Yeah. And also a man that also aligns with God's
Values.
law and God's purpose. Because again, a traditional provider, that is God's will
That's God's
for the
plan.
family.
That's
yes.
true.
So again, why are you going 50-50? It's ungodly. To me, it's ungodly. Yeah.
Can I say something?
Say.
So, Ephesians chapter 5, Ephesians
Good
chapter
job.
5, verse 21. Ephesians chapter 5 is where they talk about children honor your parents, parents don't anger your children, wives submit, husbands love. So Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21 starts by saying, submit one to another. Everybody. Just be submitted. Everybody
other.
to each other.
Okay.
That helps you with esteeming yourself higher than you ought to, one. And it just helps you be in God's good books. Because you will tell him, me, I did what you told me to do. Whether them they did or not, that was not on me. Me, I did it. Then you go to verse 22. Verse 22 is where it says, then wives, you submit to your husbands. So, and it's the same with what Tracy is saying. That's how it's very important to you. My pastor usually tells us, the biggest decisions you have in your life, you'll ever make in your life, one is giving your life to Jesus Christ, and the second one is who you marry.
Correct.
Because that's for life. You're
Yeah.
locked in for life.
100.
Yeah.
And so then it's what Monique is saying. It has to be, actually it's what Tracy is saying. It's not even about, because everybody's God-fearing.
Yeah.
Every human, everyone is God-fearing.
Everyone is,
Demons
yeah.
are God-fearing.
Everyone is.
They
but you
fear
need
God.
they fear God, but you need a godly person.
Yeah.
And so because you need a godly person, and this person you're equally yoked,
Yeah.
then it's what Monique is saying, that because this person is submitted to
To
God.
God. When you submit to him, you're submitting to God.
Yeah, because there's a day when I was in Bible school, I remember there's a day we were being told, if your husband is going to the ditch, you have to go with your husband to the ditch. And I was like,
No, but what if God shows you a different way and tells you to go and instruct
but
your
it's about
husband?
submission.
yes, that's the thing with submission.
It's about
Submission
submission.
is-
You don't
submission
question.
is wild to me. Let me tell you, submission. You need the mercy, grace, wisdom, everything of God
Then you go.
to stay submitted.
Yeah.
Because the thing about marriage is it's a bond like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you will answer to God.
Correct.
Why is one person in the ditch alone?
And yeah.
Listen, guys, to cancel that.
That's it. It's like Ananias and Sapphira anyway.
That's the
Okay,
thing. That's
okay,
the thing.
We need to wrap
you
up.
can
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just read your Bible for yourself, guys, and ask God to help you interpret. Msiseme ati tulisema, tukusema.
Ulizo hiyo chapter, your
Yeah.
verse and
Ephesians
everything,
5,
right?
21 to 25 there.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, as we wrap up, I will ask our viewers. First,
Right.
we'd like to thank you guys for watching. Keep subscribing, liking.
Breakfast
go to our
Club.
socials, which is
Don't
Team
cast.
Orange _KE on Instagram. And our YouTube, obviously,
Yeah.
you're here, right? Leave all your comments below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us what
Subscribe.
some of, right?
Subscribe.
Subscribe, like, tell
Yeah.
us what norms
Yeah.
you feel need to be reviewed, what expectations people need to manage, that because I'm sure there's so many and everyone has all these
Yeah.
Yeah.
expectations and norms.
Yeah.
Let us know, subscribe, like, share.
Also, what they think of our norms. 'Cause
Yeah,
maybe-
what do you
Exactly.
think
Yeah,
about
you-
norms?
you
If
might
you
not
agree or
agree
Feel free
with
to
us.
criticize.
You
Feel free
might
to
not agree
criticize.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we are more than welcoming to
Opinions.
your opinions,
fix
right?
your
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
So thank you. Bye bye.